Okay, the focus for my fellowship was to put the community at the heart of St Cuthbert's. I wanted to do this through community and volunteer work. I wanted the pupils to make a difference to their own lives, the college community and the community that we belong to. St Cuthbert's is a mixed 11 to 16 Catholic comprehensive school. We serve wards of significant higher employment and social deprivation, with 29% of pupils being eligible for free school meals. However, we have a wide range of outward-facing activities and a strong sense of community, so I wanted the fellowship to build on this. The philosophy behind the fellowship is the same as the philosophy of the RE department that I lead, to put what they learn in practice for the pupils. That I develop a curriculum and a resource of activities that enables the pupils to be the Good Samaritan, to live out the Golden Rule, and to embody the Catholic mission statement and ultimately be good citizens. So the fellowship focused on 4 main areas. The first was Cuffy's One World, a Year 11 volunteer group. Secondly, work with the local Brownlees. Thirdly, a Green Fingers group for Year 9. And lastly, one-off activities with various departments within school. St Cuthbert's is a business and enterprise college. And as part of this specialism, Key Stage 4 pupils spend 1 hour a week dedicated to this. And in the past, I've worked on fair trade and international links. But last year, I wanted to develop it further by doing volunteer work to develop this ethical conscience. So the pupils, Cuffy's One World, decided who they wanted to help and how they were going to go about it. So during the year, they took part in a whole wealth of activities, and only some of them are on the screen today. There's far too many things to mention, because they decided who they wanted to help. They used the curriculum time, their own time, lessons, after school, lunch times to help other people, because that's what we wanted to do. 2 main activities were with the British Red Cross for First Aid and Park Care Home. British Red Cross came in and taught the pupils how to teach first aid, and they became peer educators. So we brought the local primary pupils in and taught them how to save a life. Secondly, we've been working with the local care home. They've been to St Cuthbert's, we've been to them, and we've taken them to the cinema completely free of charge. The group Cuffy's One World has been a huge success. They've been interviewed for the newspaper, for radio stations, and they recently presented their work at the Merseyside Sustainable Schools Conference. Twitter has also been a great resource for us, as this has enabled us to be recognised both nationally and globally. The second part of the fellowship was working with the local Brownie group. This came about through a PGL trip that went on with girls from year 7, 8 and 9. I thought it would be a great opportunity for them too to become peer educators and to be empowered. And we had never worked with the Brownies before, so it was another link to the community. So the pupils decided what they wanted to do, and they devised the activities for 3 main sessions. The first was on a healthy diet, what the 5 a day were, etc. Secondly was the importance of exercise. And lastly, the girls wanted to teach the Brownies a little cheerleading dance. Both parties fully enjoyed this, and it's hoped that we continue to do this with other subjects getting involved. Another part of the fellowship was with a group of Year 9 pupils. These were picked by their pastoral heads of house as a group of pupils who might benefit from different activities coming out of school and just something different for them to do. So we met each week, one afternoon for a term. We spent 1 week in school developing the community garden, and the other week working with the local ranger group. They look after community parks around the area. This enabled the pupils to use their enterprise skills and hopefully to improve their attendance and behaviour within lessons when they got back to school. They also wanted to complete various one-off activities within school. One example is working with the local MFL department. I took a group to the local museum, Liverpool World Museum, where they collected information and data to produce an audio guide in French. The pupils then made an audio guide to use for residents of our on-site hotel, Lindisfarne. The pupils really enjoyed doing this because it was a practical aspect of their French. Another department that was very keen to get involved was music. They got involved in all sorts of activities, but probably the most special one was going to the hospital at Christmas to sing carols. They've also performed for Park Care Home. An important aspect of the fellowship was to measure the impact. And I didn't believe we could measure the impact through grades and levels of the pupils. So instead, at the beginning and end of each project, pupils had to complete an evaluation line, 1 being the lowest and 10 the highest. And over the course of the project, these grew, and the case study shows a bit more data about that. because the statements were linked to the RE department and enterprise skills, for example. The impact on Cuthbert's One World as a whole is that the group took between 25 and 150 community hours towards their Youth for Volunteering passport. But my proudest moment was when they were recently shortlisted for the British Red Cross Humanitarian Award. They were nominated by someone from the community and they were shortlisted out of 80 entries. The impact on the community is that we have developed friendships. And I say the word friendships because that's what they are. They're not relationships, we're friends, like with the Brownies and the care home. In the community forum that we led, we invited the community in to say what they wanted to be done and how they can help and how we can help them. The impact on the school is that these activities continue to contribute to our Catholic ethos, how each member of our community strives to live out this mission statement. It showed other members of staff and departments how valuable community work can be and how it can be an aid to learning. The future of the fellowship is that from this September there is now a page in the pupils' planner called a community passport. So for every hour of community work they do, it's linked to this whole school reward policy. It's now an integral part of the RE curriculum, as well as the business enterprise curriculum being increased from 1 to 3 hours a week for Key Stage 4. The fruitful links, the friendships will continue to be developed and sustained. My top tips are, firstly, forget about funding. It's not about the money, it's about the gifts and the talents of the pupils and the staff that you work with. We spent very little money last year. We utilised the facilities at St Cuthbert's. Second tip is anything's achievable if you put your mind to it. You can make a difference, and most importantly, the best thing is you can get the pupils to make a difference as well. Thank you.